Hello, I am Aaron Norris. I am on the board for Community Connect, and I'm also on the steering committee for Give Big Riverside coming up on November 13th. And today is going to be our first video for the No Nonsense Nonprofit Marketing Series. And our first video is going to be Facebook pages for nonprofits. The first thing I want to do before we jump into how to set up your fan page is really quickly go over some numbers and the why to set up on Facebook, just in case you're thinking, why do I need to be on Facebook? And I don't want to give you general numbers like there are 800 million Facebook user profiles worldwide. Who cares? You want to see Riverside-specific stats. The chart that you're looking at right now are the top 10 most populous cities in the Inland Empire according to the U.S. Census Bureau data in 2010. And the gray lines are the Facebook profiles that I polled in those cities June of this year. Now, you might be thinking, wow, why is Riverside so much bigger? But remember, we do have 4 universities in town, which of course could make up some of that. But I wanted to get even more nerdy and specific on you. Is look at this. Here's the breakdown and who's there. The 13 through 30, the 31 through 46, and the 47 plus. Now, you might have expected 134,000, but did you expect to see so many 31 and overs in the Riverside area? Now, comparing side by side, 303,000 compared to all those on the right, broken down by generation. Almost 78% of Riverside has a Facebook profile. Now you see why it's important for you to be there. Okay, let's get started, shall we? I am going to assume that you have a personal or business Facebook profile. You're going to have one to create pages, and that's what we're going to create. I don't want you to create a fake profile for your nonprofit, so instead of it saying Aaron Norris here, I'm going to try to create a fake person, if you will. Facebook really frowns upon that, and you might not know this, but after 4,999 fans, you can't add anymore. I just saw a Hispanic Chamber of Commerce do that, and I can't actually become their fan. The other thing we're going to steer away from is groups. Groups used to be popular a couple years ago, but Facebook is really pushing this whole pages concept, and we'll go into that a little bit more in a second. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in. If you click the top left, just a Facebook logo, you'll find this Pages button on the left-hand side. Click More. And here it's going to have this little Create a Page up here. You're going to land, it's going to try to get a little bit more specific on what kind of page you're trying to create. I'm going to create a cause or community. We need to give it a name, so you're going to want to do this right the first time. So I'm going to say GPR Causes. So Give Big Riverside Causes. We're just going to create a little profile for the training. Hopefully it works. Okay. Now, the first thing it's going to try to get me to do is set up an icon to represent the cause. Let's go to my computer, and I created a little logo for this. Where is the logo? There it is. Turned our logo red, which I usually wouldn't recommend. Don't play with your branding. This is just to make it easier so we don't get confused. Okay, on the next page, it's going to ask me to give a little bit about the information. This is a great place to put a short and sweet bio. This page is for Facebook training for Give Big Riverside. It's going to ask you for website information. It's going to allow you to actually do several links. Don't be afraid to add not just your website, but your Twitter account, Pinterest, whatever you think might be good and that your fans might like to connect to. Save info and go to the next page, and it's probably going to end up walking me through. Yep, here we go. Like Big Riverside. Let's go ahead and like that. Invite your friends. It's going to get us to invite friends via email, or maybe some people that are already on our account. Just real briefly too, you're going to have to think long term about how you want to do that. If you're going to invite personal friends and family, that might be fine. Really think about who's going to be controlling your Facebook. You might want an employee or volunteer to be working on a specific account, so they can't take it with them. Think about succession planning. Don't give somebody access to the account where if they end up leaving, you don't have control anymore. That's a little bit of a concern. So just be careful and think long term about who's going to be controlling it and make sure you do have control. Let's skip all these little things because you'll get to walk through them if you've never created it before. At the very top, so we've created the basic profile page. Some quick things you can do right away. You can add a cover. There's that banner spot up at the top. I am just going to choose a photo really quick so you can see what that'll look like. I actually have to upload one more picture. Let's add a photo. Let's do this one right here. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to post the photo, and I'm going to make this our banner. Let's go back to the main page. I'm going to add a cover, save changes, and what we've got is this banner. So when you're posting, we'll show you in a second, you'll get to see this main little logo that we've uploaded is going to be what's tagged every time I post something. So as for instance, see right here in the corner, that's the icon. So something to really think about when you're creating a profile. Hopefully your logo fits nicely in this little square. So here's the admin panel up here. As you can see, you're going to get some notifications as admin. Not anybody else sees this. This is just for you. You're going to see new likes, your notifications. As time goes on, after data starts, after about a month, you're going to start seeing some trends and some insights in how many people are reading your blogs and how much activity and talking about your page. And then also, it's going to try to get smart and have you invite certain friends to your fan page. Let's go through the settings really quick because some of them can be a little confusing if you've never used it before. On this edit page, let's just go hit update info. This is going to be where you can select categories, if this is going to be an official page. It'll explain a little bit more about that. You can end up filling this out. I'm not too concerned about that. You're definitely going to want to put the start date, a little bit more about your nonprofit. But go up to your settings, and I'll show you why this is important in a second. It says posting preferences. Always comment and post on your page as whatever your nonprofit is, even when using Facebook as me. So that sort of gets annoying, and I'll show you why. I'm going to uncheck that, and I would recommend that you do that as well. And hit Save Changes. Let's go back to my page. So if I go back to this edit button, it says use Facebook as Aaron. Let me just click that really quick so you can see the difference. So right now, if I go to this very first banner, and I can say testing for training, it's going to post as me. You can see me right there. If I go back and I hit use Facebook as GBR causes, and I do the same thing, testing for training, it's going to post as GBR causes. So you might, in certain instances, really want to act on GBR causes. It's not coming from your personal account. You're acting on behalf of the nonprofit, which is often great. Another thing you can do, right now I am under GBR causes. I'm going to go to our main Give Big Riverside page. And if you want to really quickly connect to all the other nonprofits participating, what's awesome is, so here's the Give Big Riverside page. If you scroll down to the second box right here, it says likes. We're trying to get all the nonprofits, especially on the Give Big Riverside page, that is participating in this area. So I'm liking all the nonprofits when they have a Facebook fan page. That's another reason why you want it to be a fan page, because we can actually like each other that way. So you can just literally go down this list and hit like, and your profile will automatically be connected with a lot of the other sponsors and nonprofits participating in the effort. So if I hit Facebook, it's going to start showing me in the news feed all those other nonprofits that I just liked. And if I click on the main page, we can start getting some friends, and you're going to show all those nonprofits are also going to show up in your likes. So it's really about being able to cross-connect and find each other, especially on November 13th. Hopefully we'll be talking to each other quite a bit. I want to quickly run through some of the other settings just so we can go through. I'm sure you can read it, but we'll just try to cover a few things really quick. You can shut off if you're going to get email notifications when people post comments or send you a message on Facebook. You could actually check that off. Manage permissions. You can end up setting some guidelines if you only want people 13 plus. You can change the age. And also shut down to where people can't post on your nonprofit page. Some people have a really bad habit of spamming, and if you're not watching, they could end up posting stuff on your wall that you're not really happy about. But you can set all these things. Just the way that social media works, the more open, the better. But you might have something, a nonprofit that's a little bit more controversial, or where you really don't want people posting on your wall. So that's something that you really have to think about. You can also mark on and off if people are able to tag you. Can people tag photos posted by GBR causes? If you click that, people are going to be able to tag you. If you have this unchecked, I can't tag you in a picture with all the nonprofits on the main Give Big Riverside page. So that's not great, but you might choose that that's the best thing to do for your nonprofit. It's really a personal decision. You can block people from accessing your page. Make sure to save changes, and make sure you go through all the basic profile information. Make sure that's all set up, and profile picture, make sure you've got all that set up so that you're ready to go and fans can connect and engage with you. So I'm back on the Give Big Riverside fan page, and we've gone over the basics. And once you have your page set up, it's really up to you. It's up to you to make sure that your Facebook button is linked in your emails. Send it out. Make sure your donors or your clients like you. You might have different strategies. You might decide to use Facebook simply for your clients, or you might use it strictly for raising funds. For Give Big Riverside, really think about that. How do you really want to use Facebook, since it's going to be a major part of our endeavor, and we're really trying to make sure at least 100% of all nonprofits have, if nothing else, a Facebook profile page, so we can communicate and cross-promote each other during a live event. After that, it's really be creative and test and find out when is the best time to engage my fans. Is it later in the afternoon? Is it on the weekend? What kind of posts do they respond to? I'll show you a little post that I posted a while ago. As nonprofits have been signing on, I've been linking to them and thanking them for joining our cause. One of the pictures that got the most play was this pancakes with the bacon. It cracks me up, humor. You know what? Think of it as a date. Stay away from politics and anything too controversial, but people want to laugh, they want to cry, they want to feel something, and it's your job to tell a story. And I think social media really forces us into a corner and makes us do a much better job. And pictures and video are big drivers of that. Text can only go so far, so really think in pictures and see what you can end up posting, and you're going to know your audience best. So feel free to play and to test, and if you want to test just on the Give Big Riverside and you want to reach out to me and ask questions, I will help whenever possible. So we're really looking forward to this, and thanks for joining Give Big Riverside, and hopefully we'll be creating more of these training videos. If you'd like to learn something in particular, post it on our Give Big Riverside page, and we'll see if we can get to it. Thanks so much.